Okay, take number 4. This ridiculously reliable and sturdily engineered Mercedes 1987 custom built expedition truck. There's none other. It's just brought us across from Africa, 30,000 kilometers, 0 failures. I'll just walk around and through it and tell you all about it. So, we'll start off here-ish. This is one of 6 bolts. 6 bolts to disconnect the entire living unit. Takes you about half a day. The brown thingy beneath is the shower filter, so you can easily clean that or renew it. And behind the metal doohickey is the diesel filler cap, so no one can steal your diesel. This is the diesel tank, 550 liters. The diesel stealing didn't happen in Africa, it happened right here in Holland. So, entrance in a bit. Split rims. You take off this little thingy here. You take off the rings, and after the rings you can take off the entire tire while leaving the wheel on. These are your sand plates and the wooden blocks we use for leveling the car. And that box there is the heater, the Webasto heater. It heats the shower water, kitchen water, and the cabin heating. Spare tires. The wooden plates in between, so nothing can be put in them by people you don't know about. We use them to store garden hose or whatever. And the rack and the winch for the motorcycle. The rack is really easily adjustable for another other type of motorcycle. This is the aft winch. The winch is centrally mounted on the gearbox, and the winch cable goes to the rear first and then loops around to the front. So you can winch in the back and winch in the front with one machine. So here are the sand plates and wooden blocks again. That's the exhaust for the heater. And this is where you usually mount the cabin when you disconnect the entire cabin, but we use it for storage, so this houses the piping for the grey and black water waste. Storage again. 2 folding bicycles and lots of storage. The green stuff is the awning, or the awnings, multiple. And the Miele is our washing machine. Just throw in water and your laundry and some soap, drive around for a day, and your washing is clean. More storage here. Tables and chairs and whatnot. Spare parts, barbecue, Coleman stove, and whatever you can think of. And in front here is the compressor for the fridge. So it's an external compressor, so you have more space. Just a little bit of more storage. We use this. It used to be our generator. It's now for coal or wood or whatever you find on the way. This is the grey and black water dump. You see the valve right there. If it gets any lighter, please get lighter. Okay, this camera doesn't. Battery and air system. Let's go up front for a bit. You see here that the cabin is extended by about 10-12 centimeters. It is so that I can move the chair further back. I'm kind of tall, I'm almost 2 meters. Recado air suspended seats. And 528,000 kilometers, which is about halfway to the first engine overhaul. In the center you mount the satellite phone, and on top of it you can put your laptop for navigation, which we used, which is included by the way. Air conditioning to be used only in the cabin while driving. And this is the emergency hatch. As you can see, it's quite shallow. There's no bellows or flexible couplings, it's just a rubber seal. I'll show you that from the other side in a minute because it doesn't open from this side. Reduction gearbox on the right over here. Your PTO selector and the diff locks. 6-speed gearbox with half gears for every single one. That's pretty much it for the business end. And you know, you might want to change the names when you get the truck. On the front end again, there's the winch and a little bit of extra lighting. You can never have too much. And here you see the how thick it is. It is just 2 fingers thick, and this here is the rubber for the emergency escape hatch. We mounted thinking we'd never use it, but just having it was nice. The door locks in the bottom over here and all the way in the top as well. So it's closed, and it's closed good. So we go inside. When you get inside, let's look around first. So it's kind of roomy and spacious, and we'll just work our way backwards. So when you get in, walk up the stairs. On the right, let me remove this, is the shower and toilet. Porcelain bowl, thermostat, shower and hatch, laundry rack, heater, and this is the escape hatch. As you can see, really simple. So you can only open it from this side. And now you see how simple the construction is. It moves freely. This here is a aluminium plate. It's a lot bigger than the hatches, so it's free to move along. Move separately from the truck. And it's proven pretty reliable. Toilet bowl is porcelain, and the engine on the left, the motor, grinds up the waste, and it is piped all the way to the kitchen, and below this drawer are the black water and grey water tanks, and that's where everything goes. So, storage upstairs, or up here anyway. And some indicators, diesel and water in the middle, grey waste and black waste on the right, some electricity and some light switches. Sink and a half, and a 3-point propane stove. That's all your cutlery, and it's just a general drawer. As you see, everything locks down. Below it, there's another one. In the back you see the UV filter. It's a bit shallow, but that's because all the piping for the shower and the toilet goes behind it. And here there's some more pumps and heaters, and a lot of plumbing, which we've kept visible so that if something's wrong with it, you can easily get to it and fix it. There's again, no light adjustment. That's a whole crate there for junk, or sorry, for kitchen appliances and utensils. So over here is our fridge with an extra lock so it doesn't open when you're off-roading. It's a 130 liter V3 Frigo. Come on, focus, you can do it. Well, I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. So, and here's the freezer, which is not freezing very much right now anyway, but that's okay. Let me lock it in the ventilation position. Okay, looking forward, sorry, looking aft. You see this little doohickey here? I take that out so I can open this drawer, which is under the seat. I could call it custom built, but it's just a piece of foam with holes in it. But hey, it works. It's solid. And then I keep this in. Again, the drawer doesn't fall open when you're in rough roads. Sitting area is about 180-190 meters long, so it'll sleep the shorter among us. So that's not me. The heater below and above it. That's the radiator exit. And also there's a blower heater here. This houses the batteries, and this is just general storage. There you go. Oh, this one's really handy. You pull this out and you can sit there and stretch your legs. It's really comfortable. And it's really simple and it doesn't break. Magnet. Underneath it, there's more storage. Lots of it again. And we go to the other side of the truck. All these cabinets are all just your plain storage. That's going to be the key word from now on. There's a vacuum cleaner, a manly looking knife, and some spare keys for the water and diesel tanks which are in the back. A little bit of storage and a radio. Tri-gas meter, which we bought but never use. Another locker. The solar controller, which you can just look up but we never used. Light switches. Some more switches which I'm sure can be translated into English. And this connection connects to the diesel pump which you use to transfer diesel from the spare tank to the main tank. Ancient but simple and reliable cabling. 26 volts and charging with 0.7 on a grey and Dutch winter's day. Satellite phone with cradle. Satellite phone cradle is attached to an antenna, so if the phone is in the cradle you can still use it using the separate handset and also using the handset which is mounted in the driving end. There's a little clock, and all these cabinets all have polyester buckets, which more, I don't know what you want to call them. Just to get an idea of how much storage is in there. Here's one. There's another. And below that is even more. And that's just spare wiring, cabling and tubing, which doesn't really want to close, but it'll just have to find out who's boss around here. So that goes for the entire side. The locker behind it also has the same depth, and one on top as well. And I'll just open one of these on the back. Some storage. So there's 4 of them running across the back. And there's 3 running along the bottom. So the bottom one, let's open the one in the corner. It's just your regular storage thingy. With, of course, once again, extra cubby holes, hidey holes below it. And here's one with the piping for the water and the diesel, and a safe which is mounted to the chassis, bolted onto it. The black bit there on the bottom, that's the diesel tank, 250 liters, and in front of it there's 2 more 250 liter water tanks. We can use it for storing your shoes as we did, and your laundry. So there's these hooks, there's 8 of them around the bed. We use it for a muzzy net. You don't really need a muzzy net because every window has muzzy screens, and you can fully pull that backwards as well. So there's enough ventilation. There's a reading light and a thermostat. All the lighting is LED. So that goes on. Still works. Wow. Just kidding. And maybe you noticed that this light is a bit more dim than this one. It's a bit more yellow. Did that on purpose because otherwise it's just so bright. So we painted the lights. And this door as well has a mozzie screen. Doors nice and wide. The entrance is really easy and comfortable. You don't have to climb in or out, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. Let me just close the bathroom here. Jeep is not included. Getting out. And let's hope YouTube stabilizes it this time. Well, if you have any questions, don't worry. Please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you. Bye bye. Ooh, I just realized I forgot one little cubby hole. This is it to the rear. The square box is 220 volts, 350 watts. Water filters, expansion, and a water control system. And the electrics are for the winch for the motorcycle. The basket goes in the back of the motorcycle, and to the left of the grey bin is another hidden compartment where the propane tanks are stored. So you can just get on a ferry and say you don't have propane. There's lighting here, and the cables are used to store the tabletop, which hooks up to these holes. You can mount it high or low. There's holes everywhere, so you can cook outside. And all the gear, equipment, spare parts, whatever, is included with the truck. Just throw in your clothes and go.